Thursday afternoon, Hudson County TV caught up with Assemblywoman Angelica Jimenez of West New York. The day before, she introduced a bill to the legislature that would require every New Jersey resident who applies for a gun permit to receive a psychological evaluation. She had plenty to say on the issue.
Well, in light of what happened in Connecticut, it kind of brought that reality close to home. Especially, I have a child she's 7 years old, and what we could do to try to change the problems that we have with guns. And one of the things that I thought of, I spoke to a few people that are gun aficionados, and it came to light that we do a psychological testing on our police officers, but we don't do them on civilians. And it didn't make any sense to me, so that's an important part of the bill. And also, another important part is having a police officer or somebody that handles of whatever permit is involved, going to the home of whoever's applying and doing not a home inspection per se, but a look to see where the gun is being kept and the goings on in that home. Because as a police officer, they would be able to make suggestions to maybe where a firearm can be kept away if there's kids in the home, what the goings on in that specific household is, whether it's safe. They could also make a suggestion if it might not be safe to have a firearm, and what recommendations, like any inspection would be. It wouldn't be an in-depth inspection, but it would be something that a police officer would be able to know by going in a home and checking to see what's going on there and where they're keeping it. They could, if it'll work for that person or if it doesn't, and that would be part of this bill also.
And just to be clear, that whole process would be before they're actually issued the firearm, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, this is a pretty innovative bill that really no one, at least in New Jersey, has thought of before, so it's garnered a lot of attention today. Is this the kind of reaction you expected, or not really?
Not really. I didn't expect this big a reaction. My colleagues have, there's about 18 other similar bills, and what I'm hoping that will come out of this is some sort of dialogue. We do need to address this problem. Where do we start? And I'm hoping that this will be the start of some sort of dialogue. We know mental health is a problem, and we know that I'm all for people that want to own their firearms. That's fine. I'm not against that, but I do feel that it has to be addressed. And most people that own firearms are not the ones that are committing the crime. In the case with Connecticut, it happened to be the son of the owner. Now, how accessible was the firearm or firearms to the son? And we have to start somewhere. So to me, it's the start of some dialogue. It's opening up. I mean, I've gotten calls at this office, and I was told by some of my staffers that on the internet, a lot of hits. People have been making comments, and that's really what we want to do. We want to open up some sort of dialogue and come to some sort of compromise and see how we could address this. I feel that this bill is the start of it, and I'm hoping that that it will be considered, and I'm hoping that if not, it will open up to some sort of compromise with some of the other bills that are out there.
I'm John Heides with Hudson County TV. For more information, log on to HudsonCountyTV.com.